Greetings. This is a special broadcast from Marriage Motivating Moments today. So we're going to give you a few minutes to log on. We're going to give you a few seconds to tag your friends and call your husband, call your spouse, call your girlfriend, call your single person, engaged people, marriage people. I know you all enjoyed our first broadcast for the 2022 season, but we have a supplemental for you today. So I want you to tune in and get yourself prepared here on Marriage Motivated Moment. Be back with you in just a few minutes. Welcome once again to Marriage Motivated Moments. I tell you, we had an amazing time. Me and my wife, my queen, my Esau, my partner, my soulmate, my beautiful, gorgeous wife, Elianah Connie. We had a fabulous time sharing on our season opener for 2022. Today, we have a very special situation, and that is that we're going to share something with you that's going to touch the heart and soul of men, their desires for their wife, their desires on why they have an essence in them or a nature in them that they need to understand, and how to properly marry it into their marriage. And so we're going to come to you today. It's going to be inserts from our first broadcast of the season, and it's going to have some in-depth to open your eyes. And I'm going to tell you now, we're going to give you a few minutes to get yourself together for this here, what you're about to witness and be a part of. So bring your notebook, bring your pad. Don't bring your attitude, lead your emotions outside of it. Open up your mind. Open up your mind. Be realistic about your situation in your marriage with your man, and your man with your wife, and etc. Be honest about male-female relationships and where they are. Be honest about the fact that America has the highest divorce rate in the world, and over 2/3 of marriages see divorce each and every year. We have to look at this very honestly, I tell you, and we got to approach it properly. But everything ain't for everybody. But remember, we are only sharing what we've been through and not what we're going through. But I also want to remind you, please tune in on March the 1st, 2022 at 7 p.m. for our next live broadcast of Marriage Motivated Moment. And it's going to be a tickler too, because what it's going to be about? It's going to be about screaming in the bedroom. Huh? My wife and us is going to talk about, is it important during intimacy to make moans and groans and squeeze and scream? Because sometimes, baby, you know what I'm talking about. If it's right, your toes going to twist. If it's right, you're going to get a Charlie horse in your egg. But we'll say that for the next broadcast on March the 1st. But right now, we're going to come to you with highlights and powerful inserts that's going to open up your mind and create a whole nother honest discussion between male and female and where we really at in the institution of relationships and the institution of marriage. Be right back with you. Prepare yourself now. Give you a couple of more minutes. Take care of yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to Marriage Motivating Moments. We are back. We are live and we are here. And look who I have joining me, my husband.
How you doing?
Emmanuel is here, and we are so excited that you decided to stop by and have this conversation with us. We are excited, and we're glad that you're here. Please remember to like, share, ask people to join, listen, subscribe to our podcast on Anchor, do all of those wonderful things because we are here to serve you. Welcome to Marriage Motivating Moments.
And what we are sharing is based upon what we've been through and not what we are going through now. And that's the beauty of Marriage Motivated Moments.
Absolutely.
That matter. So when we get into the real secrets of the institution and the value system in marriage, and you look at why the marriages in Africa and in other parts of the world where our people dominate do not come near the divorce rate that you see all across America.
You know, as a married woman, I know very many married women will then begin to maybe even attack or oppose my position. We need in society to acknowledge the importance of these people and stop marginalizing them. Some of us are tired. You've had 3 children. You must still have a career and killing houses. Then you must come home and service somebody. But if you outsource and allow others to service, you arrive to a happy man. So
polygamy in its purest form, as I talked about, it's about community, it's about building family, and also it's about economic stability. But if you don't even agree with any of that, what do you have to replace it with? Like, if you don't want to have this conversation, what conversation do you have? Monogamy, checking your man's phone, trying to control a man? The gender war conversation, the relationship, the typical monogamous relationship conversation in the West, I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it because I know it doesn't work. And I know it's a fallacy. I know everything as it relates to us Africans when it comes to religion, when it comes to relationships, procreation, marriage. These things need to be completely reevaluated because our idea of romance, Rome has no place in the African mind. So what we've been taught is all built off of fantasy and it doesn't even exist. So when we start talking about systems and blueprints that actually did work, some of y'all say, well, oh, it did.
I'm not a selfish lover. I want to be in the type of union where there's another energy involved, a divine feminine energy that is caring for my man and my children when I'm away. I want it and I will have it. And she will respect and honor me and appreciate the fact that I welcomed her into our business of family. And she's going to love me and she's going to love him and we are all going to be great to each other. And she ain't going to be my girlfriend, but she going to be my ride or die. And I'm going to be good to her. And I'm going to help her dreams come true. And he going to be so amazing to me that I'm going to want him to have some extra variety. And I ain't going to want him to ever feel like he got to hide nothing from me or like he cheated or nothing like that. We going to find you whatever you like. And she.
Now, some men need to have 2 women. All right? No woman is going to have just one man by herself. Not because I said so, but it's because how history has been. Go back. How many trillions of years you want to go back? before we look at the fact that there's never been a black man on the earth who only loved one woman. Now, that's the truth of that. But we don't want to acknowledge that because we're so busy trying to keep up with you to make sure you're not with no other woman or that she getting something more than what we get. Now, why should a woman rob her children that she already got by this man of their father's attention and affection, his presence, and of the house, the car, whatever it is they're sharing? Why should she give all of that up? Why would we do that? Just because he went out or got somebody else, as long as he's taking care of me. We don't have a lot of time for our life because we're so busy checking your cell phone, emptying your pockets, smelling in your car. You know, we just spend our life being the FBI. Instead of taking time to enjoy the relationship we're in and stay in your lane. It's just some insane jealousy. Women, original women, when I say original, I mean from our black culture. Women have understood about this, have known about it, and as I said, it's in all of the holy books. As I say all the time, ladies, let's be honest, don't no woman want to be bothering no man 24/7 anyway. We got too much to do.
Has always been a very strong woman, and she's married to a strong man. And so when we went back just before COVID came, we went back to Africa, to the door of no return. And we went to the door of no return in Africa to do what? Because they said that we will never return back through their walkway. So we walked backwards in the door of no return in synagogue, the car synagogue, because we wanted to reestablish ourselves back into the land and the principles and the lifestyle of our father. Now, I want to say this about divorce. And I'm going to ask our producer if he will put up the map of divorce, because I want you to see that according to the United States National Center of Health Statistics, approximately 4 to 5 million people, look at this on the screen for a second. Approximately 4 to 5 million people get married every year in the United States. And approximately 55 to 69% of those marriages eventually end up in divorce. Now, all that red that you see on this map, all this red on this map represent the divorce rate across the world. And this just came out in 2022. So I didn't make this up. So this just came out in 2022, and this map shows what? That 2/3 of the world's marriages end in divorce. Now look at Africa on this map. Keep it up there, brother. Look at Africa on this map. Look how there's hardly no divorce rate in Africa or in the islands that are predominantly controlled by our people that kept the same principles and marriage values that our forefathers did before slavery. So if we're going to have proper marriages, and if the black man and black woman really want to really live and build an institution of marriage, then we have to go back to the ways of our forefathers, because it worked then and it's sure enough working now. And if you look down in South Africa, the little piece of purple down there. And that little piece of purple, if you look at the percentage charts, represent basically zero. So they like 0.000. They like 0.0001% of a divorce in South Africa. And so when you look at this here, the truth is in the pudding.
It's still, like I said, it was his cup of tea, but it wasn't mine. And I let him know that from day one. Like, so years into our marriage, you know, I can remember sitting around having conversations with our friends, and him and another friend of ours, they was talking about, you know, having more than one wife and going back to the days of old and all that stuff. And I used to say, you crazy. That ain't going to happen with me. I ain't that chick. Now, if women want to do that, they can have that. I ain't knocking nobody for what they want, but I'm just not her. And so that was my whole perspective. Not just because I was a church girl, but because I just knew I did not want to share my man. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't have to do it, and I didn't want to. So I was never one to advocate for having more than one wife, even though we went on that journey together. And y'all gonna have to stay tuned in to hear the continuation of that story, because that will come out little by little, as we go along. as we go along. Yeah, we will. Motivating moment.
And what we are sharing is based upon what we've been through and not what we are going through now. And that's the beauty of marriage motivated moments.
Absolutely.
To pay attention to nature. There's a reason why a woman can only be pregnant by one man at a time, but a man can have multiple women pregnant at one time. There's a reason why there are many married men that struggle every day to remain with one woman because it's going against, it's going against what's technically natural to him.
Fact. A man is by nature polygamous. Monogamy and fidelity are unnatural.
But if it's our man's nature, why is we fighting it? It's in a man's DNA. Makes people feel uncomfortable.
The actual fact is that our men are outnumbered about 5-1. And nature is going to require that the men take responsibility for more than one woman and her children.
It's going against what's technically natural to him. To have more than one wife was technically embedded in his DNA. So my thing is, as opposed to just having baby daddies and baby mamas, why not just keep it real and, be adults and all work together and as women be taken care of? You know what I'm saying? It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Like, I wasn't somebody who was like, ew, polygamy, no, not me. Like, I was very open to it because I do feel like as a woman, it's beneficial for us.
And I'm not saying everybody got to be poly, but I think that a lot of us would benefit from a healthy poly situation. And that our communities would actually be in a better position if we did have more fathers in homes with these children.
I actually did the research and learned that polygamy is an excellent option and paradigm for Black nation building. I couldn't really grasp the concept before because I was thinking from a selfish state of mind.
My mother, before her fall, used to tell me, just after I had my second divorce, she said, son, she called me Samad, that's my middle name. You are going to have some serious challenges because we taught you different and you held on to those principles. So as we go along in the future episodes of Marriage Motivated Moments, we're going to talk about some of those principles and clauses. Our quest was always to fully return to the lifestyle and the mindset of our people prior to slavery. My parents has always told me this. It would take close to 200 years for us to remove ourselves from the thoughts and the mindset of our oppressor and return back to the secrets that worked among our people. So I'm going to end and say this. All men are not alike. We're not monolithic. There are different types of men and different types of women. There are 6 types of personalities for men. I'm an alpha man. I'm built differently. So you got to have a woman in your life that have compatible principles to your personalities, and your personalities got to be compatible to her personalities. And so this is why people don't understand, I got to keep it 100, that all men are not alike. And so
I just want to put this out there. Polygyny isn't for beta males. I mean, we're not trying to entertain the weaker of our men. We're trying to more so build with and grow families with our stronger men, so our lineage can be strong, so our empires can be stronger, so our children can be stronger mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So for you brothers crying about, I can't handle one woman, let alone 2. This ain't for you, boo-boo. This isn't for the beta male. This is for the alpha man. The man that can make it happen. The man with a plan and action to get it done. It's not a lot of brothers that's emotionally equipped to be able to do this. So I'm not talking to you when I'm talking about polygyny. I'm talking about the brothers that can make it happen. The brothers that do love dealing and handling and treating more than one woman like a goddess. Not for you little, I can't handle the woman I'm with ass niggas.
Oh, we also have de facto polygamy. We have some men who never marry, but they have babies with lots of different women. We don't prohibit that. We don't say that that somehow should be criminal and you should have to go to jail. We do insist that they support all of those children, and we do insist that they support all of those families. But my point is, if we allow people to have lots of different families without being married, and if we allow people to divorce and remarry as many times as they want, it seems very odd to me that we would say that someone who's saying, I want to take care of all of these families at the same time, that we would take that person.
Always something missing, and he was the guy that was always searching for more elevation. in his spiritual life. And so, but I did not know it was going to be the journey that we took. The journey was difficult and hard. But I was the sister, you know, I was determined that I was not going to allow religion to destroy my family. That was my whole thing. Like, I'm not going to divorce somebody because we may have different viewpoints, because at the end of the day, we're serving one master. And that's what people don't understand. Oh, there's a master called Allah. There's a master called God. No, study, learn. Okay, get educated, because there is only one heavenly Father. Yah, the Father of all. Okay, and so I was determined that I was not going to allow that to separate us, and I was willing to learn and gain knowledge from him in order to be able to grow my person. Because like he said, I was a very strong woman. I was not weak-kneed. I came from a very strong mother, raised right, and so I was a very strong sister, but I had to learn how to scale it back if I was going to be able to maintain this gentleman right here sitting to my right. And so that was my determination. I was just not going to let my marriage be destroyed. And then
I had the same thoughts and feelings as most of America, like, what, this is crazy, how is this fair to women and everything. But then I started thinking about how it makes sense in my life. I'm 34 years old, and I love men exclusively, but I love living with my friends that are girls so much more than when I live with just my boyfriend. Sure. So I'm like, oh, this way I would get potentially an awesome husband and an awesome best friend to share motherhood and watch movies with all the time. Like, it just seemed like the perfect setup that I was looking for. And so I took a chance, kept an open mind and open heart, and so far the journey has been pretty awesome. It's better than I could imagine.
Do you think there are a lot of women like you looking for this kind of thing?
Not right now. Hopefully following our journey, people will see, hey, you know, I'm going to keep it on. There's different ways to live, and it could work for you.
It's beautiful to me. There's more women to help make this thing run. I mean, we are the life force of the family.
But if your man, if he looks good, he got money, sis, you're going to be sharing him. I mean, even if he broke, these broke niggas taking y'all little Honda Civic and riding around and cheating on y'all. And don't let that nigga live in Atlanta. Fat asses everywhere, yes. And we do not care. If you're smart, be her friend. Girl, you're gonna be sharing, might as well be a sister wife. Be each other friends. Like, what, sis? You need me to pick up the kids today from school? Okay, I got you. What, sis? You need me to go to the store, cook, whatever? Got you. What, sis? You on your cycle? Got you. Cause bottom line, you're gonna be sharing. It's better. I've always been the type, I'm gonna work smart, not hard. Smart, not hard. So just go ahead, get you a sister wife. Everybody come to an understanding and have fun. And guess what the best part is? You ain't got to worry about what he doing. Cause look, I'm a queen. I got money. If he needs something, if he, you know, down on his luck, I got him. And I got you too, sis. And I'm not talking about no side chick shit. Like, nah, that's some basic shit. What I'm talking about is polygamy. Like, let's all be happy. Let's be a family. And just like Allstate, sis, you ain't got to worry. Because he's going to be in good hands over here. Okay? Good hands, okay?
Polygyny is when a man has multiple wives. Polyandry is when a woman has multiple husbands. The reason why you don't hear me talk about polyandry is because that would hoard all the men to a small group of women, when we have the issue where we already don't have enough men for every woman.
I feel like polygyny can help the black community. If you haven't realized, there's more females in the world than male. So I gravitate more polygyny. Polyandry, I feel, is selfish because it's just taking men and gravitating it toward a set of women.
Now, I don't knock polyandry, but I don't see its benefits for the black family here in America, when that's hoarding more men to one woman versus having allowing for more women to have access to a man.
And it basically means that, you know, you might have a husband, but you'll have your sisters that won't.
The reasons for polygyny are almost the opposite for all the women saying, oh, well, can we have two men? They get cheated on anyway, so they talk about polyandry, but those men would probably go out and have other women.
Fact. A man is by nature polygamous.
It's not to be confused that the purpose of polygamy was for sexual exploitation purposes, the purpose was so that every woman had a husband, so that every child had a father, so that no woman was responsible for running an entire household on her own.
I'm just here for relationships that allow for more women to have men in their lives and for more children to have the fathers in their lives. It's just that simple. So if you want to do polyandry, you do you. I'm just
very motivating moments at our podcast. What can I expect?
You can expect, listen, we're going to talk about marriage, relationships. We're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about pornography. We're going to talk about oral sex. We're going to talk about upside down sex. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about commitment. We're going to talk about those finances. We're going to talk about those real truths that we don't want to talk about. We're going to talk about the different ways that you can make love to your partner, okay, that we don't know. Nobody's having those conversations with us. We're going to have those deep, hard conversations. We're going to talk about what the man expects from the woman, what the woman is expecting from her man. We're going to tell you how you can make it work. We're going to tell you that life brings changes. We're going to that it don't matter that he was saved and in the church and so are you. And now, y'all don't know what to do because your marriage is messed up and jacked up. Guess what? Because there's a reason behind that. Because one thing people fail to understand, and I don't care if you're in a synagogue, if you're in a masjid, or if you're in the church, people are human and they have a right to change. So just because you married the prophet, don't mean the prophet gonna always be the prophet. The prophet might change his mind and say, I don't want to be the prophet no more. I just want to be a husband. And we have to be willing to go through those changes and work with one another through those changes. You know what I mean? Motivating moment.
And what we are sharing is based upon what we've been through and not what we are going through now. And that's the beauty of marriage motivated moments.
Absolutely.
You know how I feel about monogamy, man. I feel like monogamy is not natural.
Yeah.
It's look at every animal on the planet besides like penguins and seahorses. You know what I'm saying?
Penguins and seahorses.
They're the only monogamous creatures on the planet, man. And it's just like the other, it's just not, our animal instinct is to be attracted to someone. Now, if you have the control enough to act on it, and it goes back to what I was talking about, the access to excess, it's real easy to bystep one chick, but when you got 50 coming at you, like Chris Rock said it, is like, pussy gonna catch up with you at some point. Like, you can run from the pussy all you want, but it's gonna catch up with you.
But as a people person, but it's like y'all want all this shit. And girl, if you actually had to entertain that go non-stop by yourself, be a circus monkey. The way you would have to suck dick on Tuesday, swing from the ceiling fan on Thursday, be a fucking stripper on Friday, because the nigga like pole dancing on the weekends. Like, the way you'd have to cook on Sunday, turn around on Monday, and like y'all don't even know the half. And y'all be so quick to want a nigga to just lock in on you. Do you even have enough going on for you to be a person everything?
Have you noticed that your side piece is always freaky? Does all kind of shit. You go hang out at her house and she don't give you no fucking lip. Y'all just chill. It's a good time. Then when you go home to that significant other, lazy. Don't want to fuck. Ain't gonna give you no head. Dinner's in the kitchen and they fucking sleep.
Oh no, I got a solution. So everybody be quiet and listen. What's your skills?
Oh girl, I'm very talented. I cook, I can do hair, I could watch the kids, I could fix your car, I could edge up the back of that thing you got going on right there. I could do makeup.
You know how to cut grass?
I can cut grass.
Cut grass.
I can breastfeed your other children so I got milk to spare.
Okay, well since you can do all that, here's the solution. Your ass is moving in with us, because if you gonna be having sex with him, your ass gonna move in and you gonna help around the house. Cause I be damned, I be around there cooking, cleaning, doing all this shit for you, and you still having sex with your baby mama?
I'm not.
She moving in with us. We all gonna be a family. We gonna work together.
Listen.
So how long you need it out of your lease?
I'm ready now. They already trying to evict me because he don't ever pay me on time.
Good, because we ain't got nothing but space.
I'm excited. This is going to be great.
Now your ass got 4 eyes on you.
Into definition, who told us that was cheating? Where did that idea come from that that's cheating? A man who has 2 women, that's not necessarily a mistress. That's just his other woman. Now we got 2 choices. We can be the woman or the other woman. We don't have it, those two. And I'm not saying that a lot of men are not just running around. I'm not talking about that. But if a woman finds out that her man has been with a woman while she's been with him for 3 or 4 or 5 years, that's a serious commitment and relationship. And if it hasn't taken anything from me, if I'm not going short of anything, and if this is what he thinks his responsibility is, then what kind of hell are you going to go through to prevent that? Since we cannot stop him, and I know we don't like that. I don't like that. You know, but that's the reality of our life at some point. But every man doesn't want two women, but those that do, they're going to do it.
What about our morals and our religion?
Whose religion? Whose morals? So whose idea are you representing when you stand up for those values? Not ours. Somebody else's. And it may work for them. But it doesn't work for us. It hasn't worked for anybody, really, but nobody wants to deal with the truth. Monogamy was only created because of the economics of it.
They're trying to compete with the men. We could do it too.
And a lot of our women have been programmed to be masculine. And they out here talking like men. Well, I can have me a couple of boyfriends then. What purpose would that serve? Okay, so you riding on multiple...
You don't have one source, you're receiving multiple covers.
And when just 2 or more men with a one female, that's a chain. Of course, everybody knows that. We want to get trained on.
Women that say, well, it ain't no problem with me as long as I can have multiple husbands. Get one first, sis. Let's get one first. The women that's saying that, you can't even get one. You can't even get one.
One king, one pharaoh, one daddy, one God, one alpha male.
You can't even get one husband, so let alone have a couple of them. Okay, so it's not realistic for you to come with that, and it's not even the same context. It's not even the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Girls be like, your man was just in my DMs. That's because I sent him for you. I told him I thought you were beautiful and that you'd be a good vibe. So are you with it or what? Like, your man was just in my DMs. That's because I sent him for you. I told him I thought you were beautiful and that you'd be a good vibe. So girls be like, your man was just in my DMs. That's because I sent him for you. I told him I thought you were beautiful and that you'd be a good vibe. So are you with it or what?
So, I got you what you needed and I got you a restaurant in Atlanta.
Anna, why would you go behind my back?
Why are you screaming?
What's gotten into you?
Relax yourself.
Anna.
You scared?
No, y'all just did a deal behind my back.
It's a good deal.
You can't do this, Anna.
Relax. We decided, look at me.
What?
That all 3 of us are going to be in a relationship now.
What are you talking about?
All 3 of us now.
What are you talking about?
We love you.
What are you talking about?
Danny's going to be our partner in life now. You hear me? Come here. Come on. Relax yourself. Surprise. Relax. You should be excited. We're giving you what you want. All these years and now you mad? It's okay. Bitch, a restaurant in Atlanta, he acting dumb like that.
And then we're going to talk about those things that you write into us about. You know what I mean? You're going to DM us. You're going to subscribe to our podcast. You're going to hit us up on our YouTube page and say, hey, we need y'all to have this conversation. We need y'all to talk about this. We need to talk about that. There's going to be nothing that we won't be willing to discuss right here on Marriage Motivating Moments.
How can they get in contact with you guys?
They can go to our Marriage Motivating Moments on. We have profile pages. We got 3 pages. We got our personal pages, Emmanuel and Elianah Avraham. We on TikTok, Marriage Motivated Moments. We on Instagram, Marriage Motivated Moments. We have a YouTube channel, Marriage Motivated Moments. So we even got a website. So they go on our profile, click the website, find out how to contact Marriage Motivated Moments. So
or you can email us, marriagemotivatedmoments@gmail.com. So it's all there.
We want you to write down. We will be back with our next broadcast on Tuesday, March the 1st. We're going to do 2 a month, but we'll do our next one on Tuesday, March the 1st at 7 p.m. And please bring your notebook because we're going to give you some information that you really need to take and work on and apply in your relationship, in your marriage, in your family.
This is going to bless you. It's going to bless your wife. It's going to bless your family. So please remember to join us, follow, subscribe, share,
repost.
like, repost the video, everything. We're going to get into it right here on Marriage Motivating Moments. It's going to be unplugged, and y'all are going to love it. All right.